Hello there, friends. Rebecca here, your friendly neighborhood dragon librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Gally and I are here today to talk to you not just about a particular book, but actually about a particular author. See, this is a author that I absolutely love, and she just has a new book that recently came out, and I read it and absolutely was over the moon about it. So I figured this is a perfect opportunity to talk about not only this book, but a couple of her previous books as well. And the reason why I'm so excited about this author is because she is perfect to read this time of year. And this time of year, what do I mean by that? Why, we just started fall, right? Woohoo! The best season of the year, according to me. Love fall. I love the smells of the leaves outside and pumpkins everywhere and apple everything. All the flavors and the smells and the sounds and everything about fall is amazing. But the best part about fall, in my opinion, is reading spooky books. Now, this is an author that writes, it's definitely a type of horror, but I think it's a type of horror that even if you are not a fan of that genre, you can really enjoy. So, what author am I talking about? I am talking about Rachel Harrison. So this is the first book I ever read by her. This book is called Cackle, and it is very loosely described as basically a book about witches. It's way, way, way more than that, but basically the theme of this book is witches. Cackle. She has this other book called Such Sharp Teeth, which is a werewolf novel. She has another novel that came out last year that was actually about cults, satanic cults, that was called Black Sheep, that was absolutely phenomenal. And then we have the book that came out this year, So Thirsty, by Rachel Harrison. So you can probably guess from this cover and from some of the other books that we've talked about what this one is about. Yes, it is about vampires. So obviously, you know I'm over the moon excited about this because vampires are like my favorite monsters, okay? Love vampires. So I was really happy to hear she was coming out with a book like that. And also because, like I said, I really love her writing. So the reason why I think that this book will appeal to many, many readers, even those outside of the people that enjoy horror usually, is because her books usually fall under a very specific subgenre of horror called feminist horror, which is something that I didn't even really know existed until not that long ago. And it's basically horror books, but the main character or characters in the book are dealing with a lot of feminist issues, dealing with women getting older and dealing with toxic masculinity and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's actually really incredible seeing the way that real life issues that women deal with on a daily basis tied into horror elements. Super, super fun. So let's get into it. What is specifically this book about? So this book is about this main character. Her name is Sloane. And the book starts out where it is getting close to her birthday, which she is dreading. She's 36 years old. She's dreading getting older. She feels like her life hasn't really gone anywhere. Her relationship with her husband is very stale and bland and just feels very lackluster. And there's some other stuff going on there too, which she talks about in the book. And her husband ends up giving her a gift for her birthday, which is basically this weekend getaway, but not with him. It's this weekend getaway at this little cabin at this resort place, and it's with her best friend, Naomi. Now, Naomi is a troublemaker. She is everything that Sloane is not. She's extroverted. She goes out there and just does whatever she wants. Consequences be damned. And she is just a live wire, basically. Complete opposite of Sloane. So they both go to this weekend getaway, and basically Naomi has this plan that she is going to break Sloane out of her shell. She's going to push her past her boundaries and get her to try something fun since it's her birthday. So she basically finds this group of strangers who invite them both to a party at this really weird house that they've never been to before. And yeah, it sounds a little bit serial killery, right? Well, that's what Sloane thinks too. But Naomi's like, no, it's fine. These strangers are great. And, you know, these strangers are a little bit odd. They dress a little bit weirdly. They are completely and utterly beautiful beyond what, like, human comprehension. And when Naomi and Sloane get to this party, they find out that these people are actually vampires. So this terrifying thing happens at the party, and Sloane and Naomi have both been turned into vampires. And the rest of the story is really about not just Sloane, but Naomi too, coming to terms with that. And what do you do when you're faced with eternity, and how do you deal with that? But also dealing with all these other problems as well. Oh my gosh, this book was absolutely incredible. So the vampires in this, usually I tend to group vampires very loosely into one or two categories. They're either dangerous or they're sexy. So most of the time you can tell right away the kind of book it's going to be. The thing that's interesting about this one is the vampires in this are both. They are both sexy, but they are also very, very dangerous. There are some truly horrific things that happen in this story. So, you know, Rachel Harrison does not shy away from the fact that vampires are, yes, they are monsters, right? So she does not shy away from that. But there is also something very alluring about them too, particularly specific characters. So this is a really, really awesome book about friendship, about connection, about women getting older and their relationships with each other and with their partners and their families. It's just about a lot of different things. But the main thing I found out that it is about is really just friendship, because the main relationship in the story is between Naomi and Sloane, and their friendship and how they've been friends for so many years and how it has grown and changed. And you know, many things have happened to it to put it under pressure, and will the friendship remain strong now through eternity? So this book is absolutely phenomenal. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you haven't read anything by Rachel Harrison, the good thing is all of her books are standalones. So you don't have to read anything in particular first. You don't have to start anywhere. It doesn't matter. I really, really, really loved Thirsty because, like I said, vampires are my favorite monster. But I'll be honest, I think my favorite book by her is still Such Sharp Teeth. There's just something very, very snarky about this main character that is just absolutely incredible. But all her main characters have the same sort of, like, just awesome strength to them, even though it comes across in different ways. So in this one, Sloane is just so unsure of herself and doubts everything she does and worries all the time. In Cackle, the main character, our protagonist, is just very, very timid and shy and cannot come out of her shell for anything. And in Such Sharp Teeth, the main character in this one, she is just a total badass. And they're all, these main characters are different in their own ways, but they are all incredible to read about. And I highly, highly recommend them, especially this time of year. Like I said, we're just entering spooky season. Fall has just started. This is a perfect time of year. If you're looking for a new author, a new type of read, give Rachel Harrison a try. So thirsty. Well, that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope that this author sounds really great and that maybe some of these books sound really awesome and interesting to you. If so, they are all available from Farmington Community Library, so please feel free to check them out there. And also, thank you so very much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.